I said, Mom, I probably will go to prison one day. And she said, Abe, you're a good boy. She said, God has his hand on your life. And one day, God's going to get a hold of all that energy and use that for good. I started having dreams of myself speaking to large crowds. I'd never been in a meeting like that. I didn't even know what that was. I wasn't like watching that kind of television show. I don't even know if in those days, 1970s, early 80s, if they had them. What led to the experience was my mom dropping a sentence or two when I was like 7 years old, and that became a seed. How many of you with me? And I had two clear stories that I could choose from. Which way did I want to go?
The idea of flourishing is a way of being. It's a state of being. It's how I think about myself, how I interpret who I am, and how I interpret the world around me. But then how do I engage it in ways that allows me to reach my passions and goals in life? But it's a continuous journey. It's not a, aha, I've reached it. It's no, every time I wake up, I have a new day to experience things. So what I learned yesterday, I use today, and what I learned today, I need for tomorrow. And it's that continuous journey of evolving who we are. And I think that's what kind of brought us together, of how can we put this into a format and a way of teaching and a way of practicing that then enhances that concept of flourishing in the lives of those that we have the privilege of working with.
This idea, concept of flourishing and bringing this evidence-based coaching to the world, I think is just imperative for right now. As a coach, I want to serve people really well. I want to be able to give them tools that are not just my own ideas, but have a root in psychology, have a root in science, are evidence-based. And all evidence-based means is that it's from somewhere other than just myself. It has thought, it has process, it has accountability. And I think that we serve people really well when we can offer that, especially right now. With all of our mental health issues, before COVID, through COVID, coming out of COVID, we need to know how to support people properly.
Imagine if a year from now, we all have some role of leadership. But then imagine if not only we did that, but everyone who was doing that also had a succession plan. Like, how many think that would be like next level? It's like, you know what I mean? That would be like, whoa, we're gonna change the world, right? In other words, what's your plan to reproduce yourself? What's your plan to create more who are like you? You're so amazing that you were born to be reproduced. Now, I don't mean exactly, because that would be weird. But wouldn't it be awesome if the very best of you could reproduce into other people? And this is such an important way of this whole growth process.